Okay, again, welcome to another one of our weekly opportunity meetings for pool funding. We just got done watching our 777 video, the little 2-minute video, and now we're going to present a little more information about that, and then we're going to go into a Q&A. Okay. So if you're brand new, if you're looking at this for the first time, welcome. This meeting is meant for you. And then I can see we've got quite a few regular members here to support um, all of you that be looking to join pool funding. We're looking for people to give money to, okay? And the faster we can find them, the better, okay? Why are we doing this? I want to talk about that for a moment. Whether you realize it or not, we're arriving at a point very soon. Humanity, what I'm referring to is humanity. Humanity is arriving at a point very soon where the only solution that's going to make sense is to give people money. Because by the time AI and the AI and robotic revolution, is in full swing, uh, white collar, blue collar jobs alike going to be gone. Okay. And the unemployment is going to be massive to the point where economies could collapse because of a lack of consumerism because nobody has any money because they don't have a job. Right. So the only solution is to give. But unfortunately, the only thing that's being really presented as a solution as far as giving is something called UBI, Universal Basic Income, issued by government. And most of us that are here as already members in pool funding, we don't like that as a solution because we don't necessarily trust the politicians and all that, and the level of corruption is all at the surface now. We can all see the corruption. If you can't see government corruption at this point, you're really blind. Is there anybody here that can't see government corruption?
No, sir.
Okay.
No.
Do you really trust them to send you your money or to make sure that your money is worth something by the time you get it? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's not
So,
that's that a top-down solution when it comes to giving humanity money so that we keep economies running, uh we see a lot of problems with that, you know, like the boot on the neck, things like that could get bad. So we have come up with a solution that's market-based, it's private, it's basically a bottom-up approach, if you will, okay, from the people up. And I trust people more than I trust, the politicians. Okay. So we have something that's already functional and working, and we're just getting started and it's already working. So this is why we're doing it. Why are we doing a giveaway? Because giving people money is going to be pretty much the only solution that's going to work. Give it 5 years on the outside, 10 years, and the unemployment would be that horrific that, giving is the only way to make it keep going. So we want something that works, that's fair, and we don't have to worry about whether we're getting treated properly and all that. So a bottom-up solution is something we believe in, and we're helping to demonstrate that it can be done. Okay, so that's why we're doing a giveaway. The next part I want to get into is what do we want from you if you come be a part of what we're doing here? Well, we want to see how it goes for about 7 days with you. Okay. Because after 7 days, we'll have a pretty good idea if you're ready to be part of this solution that we're presenting the world or not. Okay. So here's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that will do an online activity every day. Takes literally 2 minutes. You got like an 8-hour window, okay, to do a 2-minute activity. Okay. And if you're unwilling to commit to doing that every day, like 7 days a week, like you can do it the beginning of the 8 hours, you can do it at the end of the 8 hours, in the middle of the 8 hours, but every day you'll have an 8-hour window to complete a task. If you're unwilling to do an online activity every day, you know, um, you're not going to help us be a part of the solution. In other words, we want to plug you in as a component of the system, and the more people that we have do this activity, then the stronger our system becomes. Okay. So there's one thing. The next thing that we're looking for is someone that's not hard to get a hold of. Okay. So if you really don't want to, you know, uh, be part of something big and world changing and you don't want and you're hard to get a hold of, that would be a problem for us. So we're going to figure this out within 7 days if that's true or not true for you. But yeah, we can put you in a position to receive $777 money, okay, in a week. We would do like $111 a day, and we'll do that for you. And then the next thing that we're interested in is we want you to help us, in this giveaway. We need you to bring in at least one person. You got to help us find at least one person that will receive from the giveaway, at least one, okay, within that 7 days. If not, on day 8, we would just pause, so sending money to you every day, we'll stop that. And we'll wait for you to get one, and then we can start it back up again. That'd be an alternative to if we're not just gonna boot you out, but we're not gonna keep sending money to you every day if you can't help us in the giveaway, okay? With just one person, just get one, right? And then we'll take it from there. So that's what we're looking for. So what do we need from you? We're not asking you to give us money. We're not asking for 8 hours of your time every day, you know. We just want to be able to communicate with you as needed. And we're not talking like a lot of your time. And just a commitment to complete a 2-minute activity within an 8-hour window every day. And that's what we're looking for from you. If that sounds like a reasonable exchange, what we're going to give you, 777 in exchange for that in return, if that seems reasonable to you, then yeah, you should probably join our giveaway. Okay. Um, if not, we wish you the best. Okay. We want we want nothing but good things to happen for all of you. And we're not here to convince anybody to do anything that they don't want to do. Okay. So, what makes this work is that we're attached to the market. Okay. So let me take you over to the market. We actually have four, we call them pools. We're called pool funding. Okay. We're called pool funding, and we have four pools. Three of them are open. One will open soon. Okay. But we actually have corresponding a what they call a token. Most of us call it coin. Okay. Associated with each one of our pools. And those are in the market right now. Okay. And so we have something called the dollar pool. We have the $10 pool, the $100 pool, and soon to be the $1,000 pool. But we have a coin for each one of them, starting with iron, then bronze, then silver, then gold. So PFI for iron, PFB for bronze, PFS for silver, and PFG for gold. So those are our four coins that are in the market. And so far, so good. Let's just take a peek over there real quick. Share. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so this is our PFB. So this is for the $10 pool. Currently, it's the value of one coin is $38,000. And then this one here is for the $100 pool, the silver. So pool funding silver. Yeah, great buying opportunity right now. It was real close to 100,000, but currently good time to get in on it. It's at 39,000. I mean, that's so close to 40,000. This is called 40,000. So it's right 40,000 right now. Great opportunity to buy in. And of course, you only buy what you want, right? So the giveaway isn't about you buying coin. The giveaway is, its own thing, okay? But you buy as you desire, okay? You buy as you desire because you see opportunities to benefit, okay? And then the next coin here, it'd be PFI. That's for our $1 pool. Okay, so currently the price of that is 4,500. for OneCoin, and for our PFG, this is for the $1,000 pool. We have not opened up the $1,000 pool yet, but this coin, we just put it on the market the beginning of the month of April. Okay, so
Bump at that door.
yeah, so basically we went from basically zero to almost $2 million, guys, in about a week. Okay, so you know, so we're currently resting at a little bit above 1 million right now. Right, great buying opportunity because our target for this one is $4 million per coin. Okay, so those are our coins, and that's what makes all this possible because the market is real, right? And the more people that we have that are interested in our coins because they're part of our group, right? Pool funding, then what that does is it gives us power. And our power is like an accumulation, right? But what's interesting is that we have a system that is built on the principle of the velocity of money, and it's magical that we can literally take $100 bill and move it through the hands of multiple people in a single day. And in the trail that it leaves behind is everybody's getting $100 of the PFS coin, right? So when it changes, when it goes from this hand to that hand, okay, now this person gets $100 of the I'm sorry, this person here gets $100 of the PFS coin, and then when it goes from this person to the next person, now that person gets $100 of the PFS coin. When it goes from this person to that person, and this person gets $100 of the PFS coin. Okay,
Way to put it.
and so you're accumulating coin as money kind of circulates in our group, because most of the people that are part of pool funding today, they don't have $100 free and clear in their pocket, that they could pull out every day. But because our system is based on 100% commission, we can literally, because of that 100% commission element, we can literally, take the same $100 bill and just kind of weave it through, little groups, little clusters, right? Little clusters of our organization, they're just weaving it. And then what happens is, uh, you know, everybody is accumulating coin. And the coin will season for 90 days. So you can't spend the coin immediately, but it'll season your account for 90 days. Okay. All of this is covered in that 2-minute video, by the way. I'm breaking it down a little bit piece by piece right now. Okay. So
Good.
it's gonna season in your account for about 90 days. Okay. And then at that point, it is spendable. At that point, it is something you can cash out. But again, we don't encourage people to cash out because we have a bonus that takes about a year before you can really take advantage of it. And so basically that bonus is 10 times. Okay. So basically if you work our system properly, okay, then you want to accumulate as much of these coin in the first year. In other words, you're not interested in what do you call it? You're not interested in selling the coin prematurely, right? Because you get a smaller bonus. Okay, the way the bonus works is that for every coin you have in your wallet, we'll add 10 times that many coins into your wallet. Let's say you had one whole coin. And these are not cheap coins. I mean, like PFG is $1 million coin right now. I mean, imagine if you had one of them, right? So you have one whole coin. Let's say you have one whole coin. Okay, and by through over the course of a year, you accumulated that, and then you get your bonus. The bonus is 10 coin, right? 10x. So you have the one coin, you keep that, and we're just adding to it 10 more coins. So it'd be like in the case of this, if you had one PFG coin, pool funding gold, if you had one PFG coin, uh, then we will give you 10 more PFG coin. Okay. 10 more. So now you got 11 PFG coin, right? So it doesn't really depend on anything. It just means you met the qualifications. It takes about a year to do that. And so the first year is all about accumulation. Think about like a pension plan. You don't put money in your pension plan and a couple weeks later pull money out and then put more money in and then take money out. And then, it's not one of those things you do with a pension plan, right? The idea is a pension plan is for your retirement, right? But in this case, we're not talking about waiting 40 years, we're talking about 1 year, right? 1 year. But the concept is the same in this, that you want to accumulate as much as possible in that 1 year so that you maximize your wealth creation over here. Okay. Now, what's more important though is cash flow. So the way that our system works is that as you're giving people money, you'll be in a position to get positive cash flow from that. And it's much easier to actually have you experience it than it is to explain it. But it's very easy to get started. Okay. So everybody is given a referral link. As soon as you sign up, you get your referral link here. Okay. So let me just copy that. Okay. So when someone signs up below you, you give them your referral link, and this is what it looks like. Okay. In about 1 minute, a person can sign up, and then they're signed up with you. Okay. In 1 minute. That's easy. Okay. Now, then what happens is you're doing the 2-minute activity. The way the 2-minute activity works is you'll have a button here you push, and it will trigger your wallet. Okay. It'll trigger your wallet. Your wallet will open up, and you basically you're going to do a send. Okay. So let's say, Hunter, I'm going to do this with you. Okay. Let's say you're going to be my referral. Okay.
Alrighty.
So what I'm going to do, because it's 100% commission, and I just rather show you that this actually works instead of try to sell you on the idea. I'm just going to do a giveaway approach to this and say, tell you what, Hunter, I'm going to send you $100. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my wallet. I'm going to send you $100 right over to your wallet. It only takes a minute to get a wallet like this, right? Very easy. It's called MetaMask. Okay. I send you $100. Okay. And then you're going to push the button here, and I'm going to guide you like on a Zoom call like this. And I'm going to guide you to click the button and then click the confirmation button on the wallet when it pops up. And then bada bing, bada boom, the $100 I just sent you, I just got it right back. Okay. So I'm out the $100 for a few seconds. Does that make sense? It's 100% commission. It allows us to do a giveaway. Okay. Now, so what's cool about that is that as soon as you do that, your holdings of our coin, the PFS coin, go up by $100. Okay. So you sent the $100 right back to me, Hunter. Okay. That I gave to you to basically allow you to experience the system, right? See how nice I am to you? I didn't make you come up with your own money first, right? So I'm like saying, try this
Right.
out, right? Here, use my money to try it out, right? No sweat, no big deal to me, right? But you're going to get $100 of PFS, and it's going to show up right here for you that you have $100. Okay. And the cool thing about these coins is they're going up in value. So you can see here, every day I did it for 131 days. Okay. So I paid $100 in this case. We have the 3 pools, like I said. I'll show you the other ones too. But for 131 days, I sent $100 out to my sponsor. And then $100 of the coin would show up here. Okay. And after 90 days, it leaves the holding area and goes into the distributed pile, which means that it goes from being on our website to being in your wallet automatically. Okay. So like right here, you can see the PFS received every single day that matured. Everything's 90 days. Like this was sent. You can say the purchase was on December 8th of last year, and the distribution happened on March 11th of this year. So 90 days later, right? And then you can actually click on the receipt, and that's a public receipt. It's called blockchain, okay? And you can see that the exact amount expected was sent, okay? So that amount sent expected is established on the day of purchase, okay? So you can see here, I have a bunch of these things here I haven't received yet, okay? But I know how much to expect because it's already written here, how much to expect. This is, but each day that goes by, I'm receiving the coin. It's real coin. You can sell it for paper money if that's what you really need to do. But we don't encourage that because we want you to maximize, like I said, like your pension, the co-founder bonus. Only takes a year. All right. But if you're in a pinch, you can do it. You could come in and make a sell, right? We understand that. So once the coin's in your hands, it's in your hands. Okay. So it's in your wallet, right? So you can see here that I've already received, okay. I've already received almost as much as I put in. And yet this is coming. That's pretty cool. And now the best part is while I've been doing that, I got 2 referrals and we pay 100% commission. And so what happens is that my agreement with my referrals is like, look, I'll send you I'll send you $100, but you need to pay me in all 3 pools. So you're paying me 111, right? But the first week I paid them 111 just to give them the full experience of receiving without having to, spend anything. And when the light bulb goes off, the idea is if you have 1 referral, you're breaking even, right? So you're not even taking money out of your pocket because you got 1 referral. That's why we want you to get 1 referral in your first week. Okay. Otherwise, we just put a pause on it. So let's see here, $100 pool. But you can see here that I've received in these coins here are USDT. Okay, that's different than our coin. Okay, our coin goes up and down in value. USDT is what they call stable coin. So our whole system operates on USDT. Okay, it operates on USDT. Okay, so down here, like 1 coin is always worth 1 paper dollar. That's what USDT is. It's Tether. Okay. The most popular digital currency in the world is Tether. Okay. So one Tether coin is always worth 1 paper dollar all the time. Okay. So this is where we're creating cash flow. So I've actually received $18,900 in cash flow. Right. So I don't really need to sell any of this. I don't need to sell this if I've already got this coming in, right? I want this to get 10x. I want that to go 10x. So I'm just going to let that accumulate. I love receiving this. So even though, the $10 here, okay, I've got 3 referrals here that are paying me that. And then I've got $1. And then I got 6 referrals paying me there. Okay. But this all leads up to the $1,000 pool. So let me just jump ahead to what that will look like. Imagine sending someone $1,000. They send it back to you, okay? But in addition to that, they're sending to you $1,111 because their cash flow accumulated to the point they can afford, no problem, they can afford to send you $1,111 every day, and you're sending them $1,000, right? You're sending them $1,000. And eventually you get to the point where they've duplicated that, and now I don't have to send you $1,000. I just receive the entire $1,111 and I never have to send it back to you, right? So it's kind of like a ratcheting system where, we start small and we kind of work our way up where, you know, make it so that, anybody could do this, right? I mean, we do have people go really low, okay, it's been 7 days and I can only do $1 a day. I can't do $11 every day. And people agree to that. It's okay. Your private agreements are fine. But the point is, if you only need two people to get positive cash flow, if you have two people sending you money, you got twice as much money coming in than what's going out every day. That's how our system works. So the beauty of our system as a bottom-up approach to giving people money is that we can give to unlimited numbers of people because we work together. We work together. And, it's like a cooperation, collaboration, right? Not competition. Okay. And none of you have to learn how to be a trader. Okay. You're in the market, but you don't have to be concerned about learning how to buy and when to sell. That's, if you're interested in that, that's fine. But if you're not interested in that, it's fine too, because our system doesn't depend on the ability of any of you, knowing how to properly trade. Okay. We just teach you the mechanics of how to send and receive digital money. That's all you got to really know how to do. If you can learn that, it takes about, maybe a minute to teach you how to do that. If you have no experience with this at all, right? You can learn really quick. And then it's something anyone can do. And it's a way for you to start where you're at and then go to any level that you want, like millionaire status. Like if you have four people sending you $1,111 every day, okay, and then none of them need you to pay it back anymore because you got past that point where so those are temporary things, paying it back, right? Paying back 1,000 or whatever. That's temporary until enough growth happens to that person doesn't need to do that anymore. If you got four people doing that, then you've got well, this is rounded to 1,000. So if you have 4,000 coming in every day and you're sending out 1,000 every day, you're left over with $3,000 every day. And 3,000 times 30 days is $90,000 a month, okay, in really passive residual income, right? Because you're just receiving it every day, right? From well-trained referrals that know what they're doing. And so this actually has longevity. What we start today can be here 100 years from now. Okay. As long as, all of us understand that we get further by working with each other than trying to, one up each other or try to compete with one another. What we want to do is, teach you how to cooperate so that all people win, not just some people win. Okay. That's how our system is structured. And it doesn't take a lot of time. You can kind of start with like no money. You can start with no money, and then maybe if you're slow to bring in people, right, you might be out $100 or something, 200 bucks, something to cover your own lack of not bringing people in, that you can give to, right? Because as soon as you have someone to give to, you got something that we can work with, right? But you compare what we're doing to like the world of opportunities out there. The world of opportunities are like they want your money up front. They don't give you any guarantee that you're going to get anything after you paid your money. Like, they have their disclaimer, you know what I'm saying? You know, uh, and the risk is really high to participate in pretty much everything else out there. But in a giveaway, there's no risk. And something that only takes 2 minutes of your time, it's not a time issue either. So the only thing it would probably come down to is desire. If you're the Grinch, like Christmas, the Grinch, if you don't like people and you don't want to help anybody, you only think about yourself, you're probably not going to fit into our community. Our community is kind of the opposite of that. We're really giving. We like helping each other. We like, the friendships that come out of our community. and we like belonging to something bigger than ourselves. And so I think the people that will be attracted to what we're doing are going to be the people that man, their nature their nature already is kind of a giving type person. So we're going to attract a lot of givers. The takers, the people just want to grab and take, and they want to hoard, and they want to be selfish, or they want to it's all about them, and they don't care about anybody else. They're just not gonna fit in. They're gonna rub everybody wrong here, and it'll show up in one way or another, and then they will feel like that, they'll think that we're weird, because um, because they're all about the doggy dog world. Um, so um, there you go. That's my presentation today. Um, we are in a transition. Our system was kind of like built up before the month of April. We were kind of built up on the process, like, you come in, you carry your own weight, day number one. Okay. That's how we got all the way up till April of this year. Okay. 2 weeks ago. But we're transitioning now. We're so strong now that we're in a position to give. So, so a lot of this presentation is more of a heartfelt talk than something with PowerPoint presentation and, just all the mechanics of it. And I want you to understand that there's the butterfly has left the cocoon. We're just starting to see what that's all about, right? We're in something new right now, and we'll come up with more sharper presentation for that. But that 2-minute video, it covers all the bases of everything you need to know, and we're excited about it. So there you go. Normally, when I go into the Q&A portion, I usually like to have a member, at least one member, step up and just kind of share, when they joined, what their experience has been like being a part of Pool Funding since now, and what they think about this transition we're going through, basically becoming more of a giveaway than like, hey, come in and pay $111 on your first day out of your own pocket. We're transitioning away from that into a giveaway, because with 100% commission, we can do that all day long. We do the giveaway forever. So Jeffrey Barra, you raised your hand. So you've been a member for how long? And tell us about
Well, that's why I was wanting to say today, when I was 30 days, I'm right at the month mark, 1 month,
okay.
30 days, 29, 30 days. And I've seen the growth in just this month that I've been here, because I see new names popping up. Like first week or so, I didn't see a lot of names, but there's people coming in all the time. And I started with not a lot, 150, $160, something like that. And in a month's time, I look at it, I was really getting down on myself today because I have not have referrals yet, and I'm working hard on it. And I looked today, and it's just in my wallet. I had total wise accumulated over $500. I mean, like 500, right at $500, and I don't have anybody behind me. And I only did the 10 for half the month. I did $1 for the first 2 weeks, and then I went into 10 the last 2 weeks. And in just that time, I'm sitting there, going, man, I went to look at that. That made me feel better. I mean, I put like $500 all, just boom. I mean,
yeah, that's what the current market value of the coin, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes. And
it's gonna 10x in the next couple of weeks. So
oh wow.
the value of our coins are like this right now. So like
Wow.
if it's 500 here at the middle of April, 5,000 at the end of April. How do you feel about
I do feel really good.
that?
Thank you. That's what I was saying. It's just a beautiful thing that you have here, and we have, and it is special and collective. And I do believe that most of us are givers out here in the space.
Generally, I
So,
think humanity is that's normal. That'd be normal, right?
but I can't wait because I'm excited because I'm going to make the year, and we're going to make the 1,000, and we're going to do it all. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Well, you're awesome, Jeffrey. I appreciate you
Uh,
so much. Thank you for sharing
yes,
that.
sir.
Now, new people are welcome to engage me. You know, I am the creator of Pool Funding. I am the founder of it, and I do come out here once a week that you can actually, ask me anything. I'm an open book. So if you're brand new and you would like to talk to me, feel free to talk to me. I got someone that's kind of new here, a little bit newer than our last guy there, Jeffrey. Randy, you're a little bit newer than Jeffrey, so but you're not
Yeah,
brand new. Go ahead.
no, I'm not brand new. And normally I can't be on this late at night because of a living arrangement I have. But I just asked anyway, so I'm on for just for a few minutes. So I gotta be quick. I was a slow starter. I admit it. I was a slow starter, and once I got started, which was pretty recent, I really kicked into full gear. I had a conversation with you. I just texted you one time because I had a question about if you had any graphics that I could use, and you said call me. And you remember how floored I was. I mean, this guy wants to talk to me. I couldn't believe it. I was like so fluttered. And anyway, so we got on a Zoom call, and um, you helped me understand the confusion that my sponsor kept telling me over and over, because I'm not the sharpest pencil in the pencil holder, but he kept telling me, but you presented it in a different perspective, and together between the two, it made crystal clear sense. Ever since then, and that was but 2 weeks ago, I think it was at the most,
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I
Yeah.
now have a team of 5 of us. I've had one of the gentlemen that is brand new. He's on tonight. His name's Ant V. He's over there.
Hello, Ant.
He's under me. I'm under Paul Thompson, and he's been extremely patient with me, like I said, but it just took a different perspective to make it crystal clear. But so I got Ant now. I also have two gentlemen in the UK. I'm in the United States. I have two gentlemen in the UK under me, and then Ant brought somebody in already. He's on his fourth night of the 777 promotion, and he already brought in somebody who's on his second night. So
Thank you.
we're on fire. We're lighting this thing up.
Well,
And it's all
you're
because
proving it can go fast. I mean, you said you had a slow start, but your slow start is like, like supersonic compared to other people's idea of slow starts.
Okay.
no, yeah, but the length of time I'm embarrassed. I mean, the length of time I've been with here is embarrassing. I won't even tell you, and don't be telling nobody. Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna get mad.
Okay, fair enough.
I've been in the program too long before I got my ass in gear. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
For whatever reason, and that'll, it's a learning thing. I made a mistake.
What's cool
And
about Ant is short for Antonio, right?
Yeah, my name's Antonio, but for some reason, I don't know. I made the Zoom a while ago, and I just put my last name's Veneziano, my first name's Antonio, but I just put Ant V, and I forgot to change it.
I mean, it's kind of branding, right? So it's all good.
Yeah.
But Antonio, you just heard about this and you just joined us, and you've already got people coming in like right now, right?
Oh yeah.
Has it been hard to share this with people?
No, actually, I guess what Randy had mentioned before, it's like a lot with the trust. So I got a lot of people, that I'm really good friends with and close and that are trustful. So I brought my cousin first, and I have uh, like three friends of mine already lined up um to come in and join too.
And isn't it exciting to see, the value of what you're accumulating grow every day? Isn't it cool that this is every day something,
Yeah,
happens, right?
Mhm.
definitely. Yeah, very exciting.
now, the thing is, I know Ant's grandfather. I do his social media promotions. I build his website. I do his Google business profile. I do all his social media. He had almost zero presence. He's an HVAC plumbing company. He had almost zero presence 3 years ago, and now he's beating out the biggest. He's beating out the state of New Jersey in the market. And he's number one ranking for all these keywords. I'm a
Yeah.
master at keyword research and all that. Anyway, so he was very impressed with me. He loves me and I love him, so he has a lot of trust. So Ant asked him about something about crypto, And he said, well, before you do anything, you got to talk to the guy, my guy. He calls me his guy. You got to talk to my guy, Randy. He knows everything about the internet, knows everything about the web. He'll tell you what's going on. And so I introduced him to this, and then here we go. So then I immediately trusted Ant because he was my friend, my client's grandson. So we initially came in with tremendous trust, just inherited. We inherited trust is a good word for it. And so I started right out give. So he's on his fourth day, and he trusts me inherently, and of course his cousin. So we're building this team. So we're on Telegram. We're Vision. I came in under the name Visionary Crypto Clan. That was my nickname. With the profile, because I knew then when I started this pool funding that I was going to build a team. So I asked Chat GPT. I told him what it was. Give me 10 names, and I picked that name. So we're the Visionary Crypto Clan team. Currently, Paul leads us. Paul leads me, and I'm leading them. And Ant already has somebody he's leading, and we're just growing. We're just going to go nuts, and it's a wonderful community. The support, I've never had support in my life like this. I'm a retired senior business analyst in the world and software development lifecycle, quality assurance, all that good, crazy, fun stuff about IT and technology. And so, this stuff's right up my alley as far as technology wise. And I love talking to people and I love helping people more than anything. My wife calls me a modern day good Samaritan. She thinks I'm crazy. I given money away when we didn't have it ourselves almost, just because somebody I thought was in a worse position than me at the time. Anyway, so the point is I love helping people, and this ticks every box for me. I can help a lot of people if they give me a chance to help them, and I can feel good about myself, and I can go to the bank, hopefully driving my Bentley.
There you go.
So.
Yeah, it all leads to wealth creation. So look, we have 10,000 co-founder spots that we want to fill, and we have 1 million partner spots that we want to fill.
You used to.
Right. But I want those all filled. I want all those spots filled before the end of this year. So I think the giveaway approach is going to help us make that happen. We're going to get there much faster using the giveaway approach. And it's just a little extra effort, right? But it's so much easier. You're saving time because if it takes less time to find someone to talk to because you're doing a giveaway versus all the rejection you get on, give me some money first and and then get rejected and rejected. Imagine all the time spent there, just the little few extra seconds of, giving them some money and then they send it back. The little extra time you do in weaving, like I said, that $100 through a group of people, that little extra time that you do every day that we're doing different now is so much smaller time than and there's no rejection, right? So, then the time of like you spent time talking to someone only for them to tell you, no, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, that's time you don't get back. So I think we're using time better now with the giveaway. I think people are going to be emotionally better off, to have less rejection. You're going to get less people saying no to a giveaway, and all you got to do is just figure out how to do it properly, right? Because you can mess it up too, right? So we just want to make sure that you go through our training. In fact, let me show you the training I'm talking about. Right here. Let's see here. So when you come into our website, you automatically come like to the account page. Okay, you see all your information here. So that's your first training video right there. But specifically, it's this particular video down here. This one here is called 777 training. That one. Okay. That one you need to get a pen and a paper as you're watching the video, take good notes. Okay. Because everything's covered in this training right here on how to do the giveaway properly. Okay. So that you don't mess anything up, right? And it's all about not taking risks, right? no, there's no need to take risks. If you do it the right way and you follow the training. But all the videos that you see here on this page are part of training. Now we have over 300 videos on our YouTube channel. We don't expect you to watch all 300 videos, but we do expect you to watch all of these. Most of them are pretty short. You can probably watch every single video on this page here in a matter of 3 hours. You can get it done in just one sit down, 3 hours, go through it. But this particular one, you definitely want to have a pen and paper as you're going through it to make really good notes, especially if you're brand new and you're still trying to wrap your head around how this is even possible. Definitely do that with that video there. Okay, and if everybody does that and they use the same training, you don't reinvent the wheel, guys. Okay, there it is. There's the wheel. No need to reinvent it. Okay, that's
See
it.
it.
Okay.
Good.
Everybody can use that same training. Everybody has access to that same training. And then we also offer live training with me twice a week. We call it the co-founder training. We do on Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like this meeting that we do on Tuesday. And we have a special event. We have this new thing that we're calling the Well Club. And the top 50 holders of our coin get to be a well. Okay. and we're not just offering t-shirts and ball caps, as a benefit of being a well. No, we're talking about all expense paid, this, that, and the other stuff. Okay, ongoing forever if you're a well. Okay, so if you have some extra money, you think you can beat out one of the current wells, you might want to do it while the prices are as low as they are. Because our $1 million coin is about to turn into a $4 million coin. So the price is low right now at $1 million. The cool thing is it won't cost you $1 million to necessarily get a coin. The way that the market uses liquidity. Yeah. Anyway, you'll figure it out. Once you get in there and buy a little bit, you'll see what I mean. When you put $10 in and the price shoots up, $1,000, you're like, well, how'd that happen? It's just because of the liquidity. Anyway, that's I think pretty good today. Is there anybody else that has a burning question before we wrap it up today? Anybody else? Nope, don't see anybody. Let me check the chat real quick, since there's anything written over there. And see here. All right. Let me just send a message. Someone has sent me a private request. Okay, there you go. Oh, they left the meeting already. Okay. Anyway, they had made a request for my contact information, so I sent it, but they're not here to receive it. But all I see is hearts and happiness over here on the chat, so that's good. It's an exciting time, guys. We're really excited about where we're at. We're constructing tools, marketing tools, and other things to make everything better and easier, and and just make it fast so we can go faster and faster in sharing this. But I'm excited about the idea of the thing I started with. Let me share that again. Here's something we're working on right now that's raw, that we haven't even made a poster yet. That we just kind of come up with the wording. But we're going to make a poster today. The sooner I can find 10 people to give money to, the happier I will be. Here's why. Every day I put money out, every day I pull money out of our system, not my pocket, and give them $100, I get $111. So 10 times 111 equals 1,110 for me. So I just need 10 people. I just need 10 receivers. I just need 10 receivers. So we'll make that poster by the end of the day. least version 1 of it, and see if that helps you guys get the message out there that this is a giveaway. We have a system so that people can lean on the system instead of their own pocket. And you can start small and build big, and then it's unlimited. I mean, we're not talking about any limitations. You know, you want to be a millionaire, you want to be a deca millionaire, whatever. You know, the potential here is quite large, especially since there's like 8 billion people on the planet. And once people understand what we're doing, they're going to want this. You know, it's just getting past the point of their resistance to listen and look at new stuff, because everybody wants people's attention, right? And so their natural response is to push back because there's too many offers. But this offer is special, and I think we are way out there compared to other offers. Like, we are
Absolutely.
an extremely good offer. Yeah. All right, guys. How about everybody just unmute right now and just say, thank you for coming, everyone. How about that?
Good meeting, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for coming, everyone.
Good
Thanks for
stuff.
coming, everyone.
Thanks for
Good
coming,
night.
everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Night.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Hey, Sag.